Hi there, this is Hansen and welcome to Insights to Impossible, coming to you from beautiful, invigorating India. I'm here with my dear friend and mentor, Suresh. Suresh, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
It's really a great honor. You know, Suresh, we've known each other for quite some time now, many years, and when I was sick, when I was broke, when I was really down and out, I came here. And you taught me some lessons about life that I never forgot. And the more I've seen you, the more I learned from you, the more I've integrated and attempted to integrate better these tools in my life. And it's something that has had such a profound value that I'm hoping with this interview today, you will get some value out of it as well, so you can start implementing that in your life. So before we wrap up, Suresh will teach us a simple tool that you can use to really experience that grounding and feel the liveliness of your cells in your body. One of the things that you taught me back then, Suresh, was to find me. I remember coming here and I was a mess. I mean, I was really messed up on every single level. And I remember you saying to me, "You're not in your body." I was like, what do you mean? I'm right here. So how do you feel understanding who we are helps a person as it relates to what you're doing, which is yoga? Like, how do you bring a person closer to themselves through yoga?
So, actually the idea of yoga is to uncover the ignorance that we are not with ourselves.
I like that. Uncovering the ignorance that we're not with ourselves.
Yeah. So that is why it's a cleaning process, it's a clearing process.
Yeah.
Why? Because the very same tools that are there to find ourselves are becoming a hindrance now. Your body is a tool to get in, a step to get in, but we use that step to get out.
I remember you saying one time, we're gonna be having problems when we confuse who we are with what we have.
Yeah.
And that's when we see people putting all their currency, all their value on what they have. They think they are their body. So by nature, they're messed up because they have no connection.
Yeah. So that is the one lie that we believe in that has to be changed in yoga. So this process is getting in. So using the body as a stepping stone or a door to open up and get in. Then we see more doors to get in.
That's great. And I remember you talking about 5 layers to actually get to the core of who you are. And so today, at the end of the interview, we will offer you a simple tool that you can use to at least find the presence within yourself and get in closer contact to that essence of who you truly are. I remember you saying one time that what you control is not you. Could you elaborate a little on that?
Yeah, so the tools that you use in our life are your tools, that is not you. So we very well know this, right? When we use a screwdriver, for example, we know that we use the screwdriver for a purpose. No, when the purpose is finished, the screwdriver has a purpose for me. So like that, your body is a tool. It has a purpose with you, and it's not the purpose. Body is not the purpose of life. Making the body better, more beautiful, and looking good. Of course, you can do all that. But that is not the purpose of life. Right. The body is a tool to reach your purpose.
That's beautiful. And I remember you saying there's 5 steps to that process, or there's 5 layers to yoga.
We call them sheets in yoga, like koshas. Because they are like become from gross to the subtle. That is how the layers are. When we look at ourselves, what we have as the outermost layer, that's the body. That is a maximum, like my thing there. Everything else is out. So it can come and go. Of course, this also comes and goes. But this body is, as for now, it's mine. So that is the outermost, the grossest aspect that is expressed. So that is why we spend a lot of time in changing the expression, how we look to the world, expressed to the world. But you express through the body. We forget that me that is expressing through the body. So that is why I said the body is the outermost level and getting in through the body.
What's the next step in that?
Yeah, through the body getting in. Then we look at that when we do the processes, like when we do the practices, we ask people to breathe in the movement.
Yeah.
Because the body moving, and there is something else just below it, beneath it. Beneath is just an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, that moves, that is connected to the breath. For example, if you don't breathe, you hold the breath and try to move the body, it won't work.
It won't work. No.
The body is stiff.
Yeah.
When you move the breath, body moves too. So there is one more level of movement, more subtle than the body level, which you cannot see, which is not seen outside. So that is a more subtle, more deep in you. So then comes we call the Manomaya Kosha, the mind sheath. Because when the mind is stiff and blocked, immediately it blocks the breath. You know that.
Could that mind be related to the intellect? Should you translate that to being the intellectual part of the mind?
Sure, because that in yoga we keep them separate.
Yeah.
Mind is an expressed part of your intellect, or what is your content.
Yeah.
If that expression is blocked or difficult, the breath becomes difficult, and of course the body gets difficulties.
So you can actually say that if you intellectually hold on to ideas that don't serve you, that's automatically going to affect the breath and thereby the body, which is the effect.
Yes. So the intellect means the ideas,
Yeah.
the wrong ideas, you can say. That is very simply yoga says the wrong and right ideas.
Yeah.
That's not about something is wrong or right. What is good for you and what is not good for you.
Yeah.
This is the basis of wrong and right. No, it's not nothing universal in that.
Right.
So what is not good for you will hold you back. The wrong idea, wrong knowledge can make the wrong thoughts or wrong ideas.
Yeah.
And the wrong ideas cannot make you free. It makes you blocked.
So we have the body, the breath,
The
mind as an intellect.
No, the mind as an expressed part of the intellect.
As an expressed part
Now,
of the intellect.
like when you are, only when the ideas are expressed or in the mind, we know it, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, there are a lot of ideas deep inside, which we are not in touch with.
Right.
So, the expressed part of the idea, that is the mind.
Yeah.
Thinking part or dialogue part, whatever. And beyond that, there is a content from which this is surfacing. So, it's more subtle.
Well, couldn't that be translated to the subconscious, where those lodged in ideas that we're not consciously aware of, they're there in the background, they express themselves in the knowledge we have?
Yeah, so we can more deeply say unconscious. Because we are not conscious about what is the content.
Right, right.
We are unconscious about that. We are not conscious.
That's right.
When it comes to the conscious level, we know it.
Yeah.
And we act on it.
Yeah.
If this idea is not right, that is not good for you, my actions will bring back only what is not right for you.
Cause and effect.
That's cause and effect.
Yeah.
So that is why in yoga says, avidya kshetram uttaresham. The wrong knowledge or no knowledge is the root cause of all the sufferings that we have. So when you look at this pathway, it's very clear then.
I like that.
So, but what we look in yoga in the body is an expressed aspect of it.
Yeah.
The expressed aspect of your wrong knowledge or no knowledge will be seen in your body.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So reading that is what we do by moving the body.
That's great. And the ultimate aim is to get to the innermost core of who you are, which is obviously your soul. I mean, you are a soul, you don't have one, right?
Yeah,
That's
not by leaving your tools.
Right, right.
Your tools are still important.
By the way of the tools.
Yeah. Being aware of it and using them in the most efficient way.
I like what you said. I think it was last week. You said it's a matter not of breaking through, but of breathing through. And I think a lot of people get hung up on that because they really try and force a breakthrough. They chase the goal and they put all their tools to work, and which is mainly their intellect, and they trip over their own brain in the process because they're not letting go, and they're not letting the process to unfold the way it's supposed to. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So the beauty of yoga is that all these ideas can be practiced as a practical aspect.
Absolutely.
So when you move the body and not breathe properly, right? So that you are not breathing with the body.
Yeah.
The body feels stuck. You cannot express what we talked about through the body because it's stuck.
Yeah.
It's disconnected already.
Yeah.
So when you breathe with the body, it starts to release what is holding and starts to open up.
Right.
So breathing through the barriers there, breathing through the blocks there, then you start to open up. The working with the body, you can see that it works with your body.
Like that.
So breathe through the problems in the body. When you do a movement, when you are stuck somewhere, that's where we say be aware of it, where you are stuck, and breathe.
And breathe.
So then you see immediately the body is releasing.
I think that's such an important distinction to make. Don't get hung up or trip over the obstacle, but breathe in the process. In that way you can move forward.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Being aware, not getting hung up intellectually on it, but be aware of it.
Yeah.
Which is now a totally different dialogue around the separation of intellect and intelligence. I know we can probably spend some time there, but breathing through as opposed to breaking through.
Yeah.
That was a big one for me. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's like when you try to move your body, like breaking it, like come on, move it, no, and then it's a suffering.
Yeah. So
because it's the wrong idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Self-imposed suffering because of the wrong intellectual idea.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of our folks, myself included, for a long time was trying to find my purpose. I searched for it out there through my senses, in the next country, in the next, society, in the next culture. I tried to find my purpose. And of course, I got more and more messed up over the years because I was searching in the wrong place. I wasn't going inward. And that is one of the processes you taught me early on, is to go the other way because you discover it within yourself. So you said something about first you have to ground yourself and then grow. Could you tie that into finding your purpose, discovering your purpose?
Because there's a journey you have to take.
Yeah.
For just the beginning of the journey is important. That we know, like any journey.
Yeah.
How you start the journey is important, right? So the beginning is important. The base is important. It is not that is something basic.
Right.
It makes a basis. Of your movement. So how you start the movement makes the quality of your movement. So you have to settle down, relax, settle down and move. So for that your base should settle down when you look at the body physically. And all the energy structures, everything that makes a basis of it. That has to settle so that you can move. The movement happens out of it.
But you could directly translate that to a busy life, maybe not settling down in a yoga position, but settling down in life. So that you can move.
So it's the same. What you do in yoga is same about what is life. Because yoga is a life practice. So when you settle down in your position, immediately you see your upper body is free. So this is the knowledge I'm talking about. You settle down and reach up. In fact, you said something that really stuck with me. You said, if you can sit down and do nothing, you can do anything. And I think a lot of people have a hard time sitting down and doing nothing because we're compulsively acting on mind patterns that don't necessarily serve us. And those unconscious mind patterns are just expressed in the body and in erratic behavior sometimes. If you just step away, I think, and just look at other people and yourself included, objectively, no judgment, just objectively, you can tell that there's a lot of unconscious mind patterns going on. A lot,
that really hinders the grounding, which then hinders discovering the purpose. And everything else.
The rush to move. Which you have no control about. It's not the right movement.
No.
You are in charge of the movement. You are not pushed into a movement.
Right.
So that is how people cannot sit down, because I cannot sit down because I have to move. That is not that's a freedom of movement. You are pushed into a movement. So that is why you settle down, relax. Then the movement comes. That is the right movement. That movement can take you to the purpose.
I like that.
So I'm making it a little crude there, but I'm saying still that is how you should find the right movement, moving to your purpose.
I like that. Wow. Now, obviously, you can sit in the yoga position for a long time, but somebody like me who's still in, somewhat of an amateur in yoga, I gotta just stretch every now and then. Because, wow.
So it's moving. Sitting down is not to be stuck.
No.
So you should be fluid in the sitting position. You should settle down in there. It's not something that is hard to do.
Something you allow yourself to do by the way of the breath. That's great.
We have to practice that. That's why the practices are there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a lifelong commitment.
Right.
It's not something you do at a course every now and then. It's something that you keep internalizing and practicing.
Yeah, because life is an everyday process. No, you get accumulations of the results of your life every day, every moment for us. Then you have to look at what I got and what is accumulated in me that is preventing me from moving forward. So it's a daily basis, like we brush our teeth every day, or have a bath, shower every day. Like this is like cleaning every day, so that I am fresh and clear and move forward.
You can move forward. We see the influx of mindfulness and really some yoga practices being incorporated now more and more in Western society and in corporations too. Actually, we have a company in Las Vegas that called Sapos, and they have a meditation room, and you can go in and you can ground yourself so that you can become more effective. And we spend time on that in the program too. Teaching people to speed up but calm down. To calm down so they can speed up, if that's what they want.
Yeah.
But I'd like to talk a little bit about the cause and effect in life, or the law of cause and effect, which Emerson said is the law of laws. Because in our programs, we work with the cause so we can change the effect, whether it's being health or finances or, relationships. There's an unseen cause there. And what I loved about what you taught the other day is we're programmed to change the world of effects. We're compulsively changing the physical, and we don't go to the root cause. You said something about cause has no qualities or properties. Could you elaborate on that?
The ultimate cause, that is what I was talking about. That causes everything. A lot of effects, which are most of the time contradictory effects. So that is where we put our mind, divide out, this is good, this is bad. Both are effects from the same cause. So how the cause can make these two contradictory effects? It can do that only when it doesn't have any contradictions inside. It is not contradicting. This is one effect, that is another effect. What is contradicting is the mind. So when something works beyond that, from the ultimate cause level, it should not and it cannot have a property, because then it can express only that property.
Okay. So there's an infinite sea of possibility.
Yes.
That is a subtle essence of life. You can call it intelligence, God, the universe. It has many different labels depending on who you ask. But in essence, it's the same thing.
It's the same
and that's
thing.
the cause.
That is why we say in yoga, when you reach the stillness of your position, you are free to move to any position you want.
Wow.
If you are not coming to the stillness of a movement, you are already restricted in the next movement.
Yes, that
because
makes
you
so
can
much
make
sense.
only certain kind of movement.
That makes so much sense. So the more grounded we are, the more present we are, the more we just are, the more we can do, be, have, create in the world of effects.
So any creation that happens, if it is happening from the stillness within you, it becomes a beautiful creation. Otherwise, it becomes stereotyped. You are repeating something. It's like one of my students who came to my, she's a musician, and she says, we make music out of the silence from within.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Like artists, they go into that the presence, and they create from presence. When I look back at my own journey, the moments when I got the biggest breakthroughs were in those moments of no thought.
Exactly. It becomes an authentic movement. It's your movement. It's your creation. It's your music. It's your painting. You are not repeating anything.
Right.
So that is the purpose of you.
And you said something about painting that really stuck with me the other day. You said every painting is an opportunity to look for the painter. Oh, that's so good. I have like chills when that is, every expression is an opportunity to look for the life essence in it.
What is behind it?
What is behind it?
What caused it? So the painter is not seen in the painting, but the painter is very evident in the paint. You cannot deny the painter.
Right.
And you cannot separate the painter or painting, because the painter is in every brush stroke there.
That's it.
Right.
Van Gogh once said, I dream my painting and then I paint my dream.
So that the intelligence is making so many so many paintings.
Yeah.
All are beautiful because it has no individuality in it.
Right.
Right. It can express in billions of ways.
Yeah.
Because it's pure and clean.
So in our programs, we talk a lot about living from the outside in versus the inside out. And we see how we're programmed to live through the 5 physical senses, which we know are extremely limited. We don't see with our eyes, we see through them, right? We see with those cells in our brain that are programmed to see things a certain way and look for certain patterns, and that's how things are, and that's reality. You said something that I think our folks could find very valuable. You said you can't use the senses to connect with that. They help us to maneuver the world of effects, but the more we live through the senses, the more we actually disconnect from the essence of life and from the opportunity to purely create. In your experience, when people have come to you, would that be one of the main challenges that people have? Is that that disconnect from the input from the senses?
Yeah, it's they feel disoriented, disconnected, not grounded, and not in charge of their life anymore. No, confused. In that all this.
Ding, ding, ding. That was me.
What to do now? Because they are out. They are moved by the world. They are moved by the effects, forgetting the fact that they made the effects. It's their life. So who is causing this? It is something from within. You are alive. That is why these things are happening. So the basis is that you are alive. You are alive. Coming to that and operating from there. That makes a very big difference. That is what we do in yoga, connecting to who you are and operating from there. Like today, like we said, like who is looking through the eyes? Immediately you reach a place of that. And then you look out, you see what is there. Reality. Because otherwise, you just put an image or a memory or an idea into what you see and judge.
And the intellect kicks in and trips it all up.
It's a very simple practice. Like if you look at who is looking through, or not discussing the mind there, just who is looking through your eyes, you immediately connect to what is seen.
I like that. Studying, one of the quantum physicists who've been very, very prolific in studying reality at a deeper level, and he's really, Fred Alan Wolf was able to, in my opinion, really navigate that so beautifully between the unseen and the seen and what causes the effects, but in the human too. And he said just that question, who is XYZ right now? So he's been struggling with a lot of depression in his life, and that one question, who's depressed, changed everything for him, because he realized now there's a separation. I'm not depressed. I'm the one observing the depression. So therefore, I'm not depressed. So you can use that in all areas.
All areas. Like the more intense the problem or what is situation there, the more intense the connection.
So that's actually a tool you could use every day as you navigate life. Who's the observer? Who's the one watching?
Always available. Always this opportunity is always available. If you are alive.
If you're alive. If you're aware.
So that is why it's like you are alive and aware. Then life changes.
Beautiful. So every painting is surely an opportunity to look for the painter.
You paint the paintings.
That's so good. That's so good. How to connect, how to overcome negative mind patterns so the mind stops. Could you go into maybe a simple tool or simple explanation of how to stop that compulsive mind chatter that a lot of people feel overwhelmed by, that they tend to associate themselves with? Like, I am this pattern. Well, we know we aren't intellectually, but is there anything we can do on a daily basis that helps us disconnect?
The whole practice of yoga is for that. So when you connect to your body, when you connect to your breath, in a way we are disconnecting to the mind patterns. We are making a pattern for the body. We are making a pattern for the breath, because this is my breath and body. I can do whatever I want with it.
Absolutely.
So then the mind which is connected to these two aspects get involved. Without the mind now controlling these two factors, there is something else happening. The mind gets involved in what is happening. So these patterns break there.
Yeah.
And it's like a sword cutting the patterns.
Yeah.
You get into the decision of your patterns instead of the patterns deciding who you are.
I like that. Start deciding the patterns and cutting where they no longer serves you.
Yeah.
As opposed to associating with the patterns, believing they are you.
Exactly. So mind is a tool.
Yeah.
You don't have to kill the tool.
Right.
You have to manage the tool instead of the tool managing you.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Mind is a tool. It's not who you are.
Yeah.
The essence of you is pure, unadulterated spirit, pure presence. And the mind is that tool we can use to navigate the hallways of life.
All of us know this, no? It's not something new.
No.
But how to practice
how
that?
How to live it. Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
That is why we have a practice on the mat, to practice with our own tools.
Yeah.
So that I make them more efficient and more in charge of them. And then I go out to life with these tools. You go out with your body, you go out the life with your mind, right? With your intellect, with your knowledge, with your breath, whatever.
Yeah.
So your tools become efficient, your life become efficient.
I like that. When your tools become efficient, everything in your life starts to flow. That certainly changed a lot for me. Just practicing the yoga you taught me and the practices, putting them into practice every day has changed so much. So if you're sitting there and you feel you associate with what we're talking about, if you feel that you have mind patterns that doesn't serve you, if you feel overwhelmed by life, I can only encourage you to find a really good yoga instructor. Not anybody, because I've gone to a lot of yoga classes too, where it's all about the poses and the postures. And when I met you, Suresh, everything changed because I learned it was not about the poses, it was not about the postures. It was about creating that unity within. And now might be a good time to mention that Suresh is doing a tour of Europe this upcoming season, 2020. So if you are in Europe right now and you associate with any of this, Suresh is the master. He's the best there is when it comes to really navigating and teaching yoga the way it's supposed to be taught, where you learn how to ground yourself. And it's not about the postures. It's all about creating the space within yourself. So he will be coming to Europe next season. We'll post the dates and his website underneath this video, so you can go there and check it out. And I would highly encourage that you contact Suresh and really get that out of life which you deserve. And if anything can take you there, yoga definitely can when it's done right. And you are doing it so right, my friend. There is a big focus on the body. That is the grossest part of us, as you says. That's the part of us we experience through our senses. And because we've been programmed to live through our senses, we put a lot of effort on the body. But as you said, the body is not the problem. It shows the problem. So all the imbalances in the mind, in the unconscious or conscious part of the mind, must be expressed in the only way it can be expressed, through the physical body.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the most dramatic shift you've seen in a person physically after working with the main cause?
A lot of limiting aspects of the body, which we look at more technically as a problem with the body. Then the solutions are in the body. Right? You have to replace something and you have to cut something out or whatever. Like, they are all needed some time. Sometimes it's needed. I'm not denying that. But most of the time, the body is just a messenger. It's showing your problem. The messenger is not the problem. One who delivers the message is not the problem, right? It's the message that he is delivering. So he's so kind enough to deliver the message, and taking all the pains to deliver it. So the body is just...
and we try and kill the messenger in the process.
The poor body is sad, like when you do that, because I'm just trying to tell you something, and you are killing me for saying it. No, it's not that. So that is what we are looking at, where it is coming from, how it is caused, what is the cause. So that is the inner exploration. So usually we attribute these causes outside. Yoga says it's all in you, because it happens because you have a body and you are alive. Body and all other faculties, you are alive with it. So that is why the way of being alive makes the way of the body too. Right? How you live makes the quality of your body too. Because it's yours. No, it's nobody else's. You are the master of it. So what you do with it is up to you. So when you do something with it and the body says that you have done this to me, don't try to kill it.
Right. Celebrate it.
Yeah, and see
Joyful
how
experience.
can we be together and how can we make a difference.
Yeah.
So that is about loving your body. That is why we say in my the yoga asanas are a love affair with your own body.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, it is not a fight with your body.
No.
So who are you fighting with? Your messenger,
Yeah.
your tool. So
Yeah.
it's lost then.
Wow. I like that. That is so good. You do an exercise where we do the rocking baby, and you ask if you can just bring the knee up and if you can kiss the baby. And at first I thought that was kind of silly. You know, I was like, I'm not going to kiss myself. But I realized what a beautiful thing. You can celebrate yourself. You can celebrate the liveliness within you.
Yeah.
And when you explain in the beginning what namaste really means, it's bowing down to the life within you, within you. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So there is no lower part of life or upper part of life. This is more important. That is not. It's not that. The union is important. There is nothing high or low, in or out. It is one.
Yeah.
So that feeling like I am one with myself in that hug, and I usually say that's the most beautiful hug you can get.
Yeah.
And it's free.
It's unconditional and it's free. That's great. I love that. So one of the things you said too is that I'd like to talk about the pure intelligence that just is. It just is. It has no form. We make it what it is by the way of our union with it. But it's not outside of us. It is within us. So I think a lot of folks get tripped up because they intellectually try and grasp a God that is out there. We created God in our image. We made, and I think that's when all the suffering started.
Yeah,
right? Because we're part of it. You can't separate the two.
So if you have an idea about God, it is your idea.
Yeah.
That is not God.
Or minister's idea.
Yeah, the word God is so misleading, so I usually don't use that word.
Yeah.
But still, to understand, if you have an idea of God, immediately see that it's your idea of God, or somebody's imposed idea of God on you.
Yeah.
It is not God's idea, because another person can have another idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So God cannot change with your ideas, right? God is what is. Your ideas can change,
Right.
but the truth cannot change.
Right.
Right. The truth is the truth, true always.
Yeah.
So your ideas about the truth can change, and the more you come closer to the truth, your idea starts to drop.
Yeah.
Because you cannot reach it with an idea.
So if you ask a theologian or a priest or a minister, they'll say God is. Can neither be created, neither be destroyed. God is omnipresent. If you ask a quantum physicist, they will say energy is.
Yeah.
Energy is omnipresent, can neither be created or destroyed. Energy just is. So I think it's obvious that we've invented a lot of different labels to explain the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but in yogic philosophy, the energy is also looked at a lot, no? The energy aspect.
Yeah.
But the energy is also something expressed.
Yeah.
What is beyond the energy is really the cause. When we go through the process, we come to the level, okay, now energy is causing everything. But how the energy is caused?
Yeah.
So there is a cause beyond the energy, which is moving, which cannot move, which is still and silent, which is not even energy. It is as if there is nothing.
I remember you sharing one time how in a temple here there's these different layers, and there's the doors at the end, and when they open,
there is a temple in Chidambaram where it is the temple of there are 5 elements. Now, one of the elements, the space element. Yeah. The temple depicts that space element. So it is like every temple, like they have the door and everything, and then during the time of this puja, different times of the day, they open the door and there is nothing inside. Yeah. People look, what is there? Like, not even a lamp.
Are they fooling us? What is this?
Yeah. So that is closest, the space is closest to what is created. The first thing, the space. The space is something that makes a background of everything. So you need a background before you create something. You need a canvas before you draw something there, right? So the background, the space happened first. So the space is not moving. It's like the screen of a movie theater. The images move, but the screen is not moving. It is just witnessing all the thing just behind it. Without the screen, you cannot have the images, right? So the same, all these movements happen in a background of space, which makes a space for them. So that is also made the space. So beyond that is one who or what makes. So so this is a journey from the movements to the stillness and beyond, actually.
From the movements to the stillness and beyond. Pure creation.
Yeah.
Wow. The search for the goal is the search for oneness. As you said. You know, when we, in our programs, we talk about goals a lot, but we also emphasize that it's not about getting there. It's not about achieving the goal. It's about becoming the person who achieves the goal. And what we see with our participants is the more they move towards a goal that is truly worthy of them, the more oneness they experience. They experience more connection within, and they start to see that same oneness in people around them.
Yes.
So we also talk about self-image, not in an arrogant way, but the more you develop a healthy respect for who and what you are and the power that you represent, the more you see it in other people.
Yeah. So, like I use this word selfish in our practice too.
Yeah.
Because when we do something with ourselves, it is a very selfish act.
Yeah.
Because that time you can spend to do something for the society.
Yeah.
So that it's not like this time you spend with yourself. It is a totally purely selfish act. When you connect to yourself, that we call divinely selfish.
Yeah, divinely selfish.
So
I like that.
Yeah, so that is needed, because if you don't connect to yourself and find or reach or whatever we call it, then you cannot reach the next one, like what is happening around you, right? It's not possible.
That is so good. And divinely selfish, you can make that connection through many different tools and approaches. Yoga is certainly one of them. Using our meditations are another way to do it, where you ground yourself and you connect and you create a selfish atmosphere so you can be more in the world as a result.
From yourself.
Absolutely. You know, I'd like to wrap up by talking about the law of sacrifice. This is something we spend a lot of time talking about as well, because our life is already full. Budget is full, calendar is full, everything is already full, and we try and cram more in there. But you said something the other day that I found so valuable, and it ties in with that concept. When one door closes, it's not that another one opens. Would you mind elaborating on that?
Yeah, looking at from the practice itself. When you bend your body to the right, for example, then what I want you to see is that a bend or an opening? Because when you bend to the right side, your left is opening. When the left opens up more, the right bend happens.
So focus on the opening.
Focus on the opening, which is making this bend.
Focus on the letting go.
So when look at the opening and where it is closing, the other side. So if you look at the closing, you see a lot of closings in our life.
You get what you focus on.
That is where you focus on. But that is not right knowledge. That's what I said. That makes a suffering. So when you look at the opening, you see like every closing has an opening that happened before the closing.
So it's a simultaneous action and reaction. It's a simultaneous opening and closing.
When you go to the deeper cause and effect.
Absolutely.
The closing is an effect. The cause is an opening. So something closed because something else opened already.
That's so vital, and it's so important. I think many people get hung up and they hold on to what they have, and they're afraid of letting go. So it's based on fear. It's coming from a point of maybe not having enough, having a belief that one grew up with that says I'm not having enough. So they're afraid of letting go. If we just knew from early on in our life that by opening, by letting go of, we're already creating another opportunity. But we got to trust the process.
You're moving in already. You're open and moving in. You're not barging in. No, it's like breathing in. No, in this process we say breathe and open the breath, open the body with it, and reach. No, that's what I said. Breathe through the barriers.
Breathing through, not breaking through.
Not breaking through. When you look at the closing, you are bending. You are doing something that is a effort. There is an effort there. When you look at the opening, it happens.
Effortless.
But you are doing something, definitely.
Absolutely.
You cannot sit there and let it open up. It's not possible. You have to do something about it.
But that's all in awareness. You got to have the awareness that that's how it is.
Yeah.
So you go through life like that, and you become better at releasing, letting go of, opening up, so that you can reach further.
Exactly. So if you do this same process as an exercise, these ideas won't surface. If you do it as a yoga practice, where you see these ideas manifesting in you, then it is yoga. It looks the same.
It looks the same. So we're scratching the beer yoga and the goat yoga and all these other kinds of yogas. I'm not gonna. I know your position on that, so we're not gonna go into it. But for those of you sitting out there and contemplating whether or not you should participate in it, I would encourage you to go below, look at Suresh's schedule, and learn from a real yogi master. I mean, Suresh, you've taught me so much, and I can't thank you enough. I'm actually getting a little emotional when I think about it, because you truly helped save me when I needed it most, and your practices helped me ground me. So it's such a wonderful experience, and it creates an awareness you can never go home from. So for that, I really thank you.
Yeah, it's because a lot of my gurus, my teachers shared it with my friends and books, and they all shared this information to me, this knowledge to me, and how practical it can be. And my responsibility is to pass it on and share it. So I feel like I am privileged, I am blessed to have that. And that is my duty and responsibility to share it, because it's not mine. It is passed to me. I have to pass it on.
So that's exactly how I feel with the mentors I've had in my life, you included. I know I'm going to be spending the rest of my time here on this earthly plane communicating as much as this information onward as I possibly can. For those of you who know Sadhguru, Suresh actually studied under Sadhguru, which is now a global phenomenon. So that's just one example of all this timeless wisdom that's been passed through Sadhguru.
Sadhguru and Sri Ravi Shankar and Swami Shanthi Prasad, and a lot of names that you don't know. So that they are all important names too in my life. A lot of events of my life too. So they all helped me to grow. I'm still growing. Still there is chance.
Wait a minute. I thought you got it.
Yes, if I got it and done with it, there is no purpose of sitting here anymore. My purpose is done. So it's still way to go. But whatever I learned on the way, I am ready to share. So that is only if you are ready to receive. Otherwise, there is.
Well, that's a beautiful process. I look at another mentor of mine, Bob Proctor. He's 85 now, and he's still going strong, still learning, still exploring, because that's life, right? It's pure expression that continues to express itself on this physical plane.
Yeah, it never ends.
Never ends.
Like I feel like my teaching always changes every time, because I'm learning something new every time.
And deepens.
So,
Beautiful. Why don't we wrap up with the breathing? That is really such an important way a really important and effective tool to ground yourself and to experience what we just talked about here. And it's not an intellectual understanding, it's an experience. And that experience builds awareness that you can never go home from. So now you're aware of how it should feel like more often than not when you go through your busy day. So if you are ready, we are.
Yeah, so like you said, like there is a breathing process which can help you to connect. But that this needs a little preparation from the body to sit down and relax and breathe freely, because if the body is tight, your breath is already tight. So breathing becomes an effort then. So that is why we do asanas, to release the body tightness and breathing with it, so that the breath and body can move together. So like in a dance. So that that's what I'm saying. This needs a little preparation in the beginning. You have to do some stretches and movements, but for the time restriction, you can do this otherwise. And we will do one process that is not something new, that's already available out there. It's called Bhastrika. It is just breathing in and out. In, out, that's all.
And with your
it's
nose,
like
right?
Through the nose, like. This very simple thing can be a very difficult thing for a lot of people. Like, that one, no, it's not, breath and body are not coordinating in this movement. So, but once you have this coordination, this becomes easier, then you can explore the next level of it. So, breathing in and out. So, if you just breathe in and out just like that, you get a little dizzy after 4-5 breaths. So, you have to move your body also with it. So, that is why we move the body with the breath in and out. So, a loose fist, a loose, not a tight one, loose fist, a loose shoulder, like that. No, it's just to show that I am moving with my breath. So, this movement, like when you move in, when you breathe in, you open up, right? You need opening up to move in. Breathe in. So, breath in and opening the body are together. Like breathe in, I am open, and breathe out, I am relaxed. Back to the earlier state. So, in, out, in, out, minimum effort, in, out, in, out, in, out, open, relax, in, out, move, relax, in, out, and now rest. And see what is the consequence of your action now. What you have done. How do you feel in the body? The body gives you sensations to be aware of it. See what are the sensations in the body, how the body feels. And then look at your breath. We moved fast with breathing fast, but what is the quality of your breath now?
It's so much more still, it's flowing. You feel the tingling sensations, you feel the liveliness.
The body is alive, the breath is deep and calm and deep. And the mind or what is there, just how are you?
Settles down.
Don't talk about the mind. How are you now? You feel settled and calm.
Settled down.
Beautiful. So, these 3 ideas, like an energetic body, deep and easy breath, and a calm inside, is the right combination.
Right combination. Beautiful. Suresh, my friend, I want to thank you very much.
So, thank you very much for giving a chance to share this. So,
absolutely, it's such an honor. And I hope this serves you as much as it has served me throughout the years. I hope you will take this just simple breathing exercise, use that daily to ground yourself. And before you hit stop, like this video below, share it with friends and family that you believe could benefit from this beautiful information as well. That was Insights to Impossible for this week. Thank you very much, and thank you, Suresh.
Thank you, and thank you too.